Hey, this is Kate from Daily Tarot Girl, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this week's reading, I'm using the Tarot of the Abyss by Tourain. Okay, so my intention with this reading is to get a general overview of the week ahead, and really just to get some ideas and insights about the kinds of opportunities and energies that will be coming up for us this week. So I am joined by my cat, Henry. I'm going to show him to you. Here he is. He's just sleeping. He's snoozing. He's doing what he's best at. Okay. So just a reminder, I post these every week usually on a Friday. So if you enjoy this reading, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. All right, let's begin with the first card. This is the Four of Pentacles, and this card is for the beginning of the week. So Monday, Tuesday-ish. Now, Four of Pentacles is, this is an interesting card. So it shows this guy and he's kind of clutching, actually he's sitting on a pile of pentacles or a pile of coins, and he has his feet on a couple coins and he's like holding on to a coin. And it looks like he's kind of hiding behind it as well. So the Four of Pentacles can represent feeling the need to hoard things and to really hold on to what you have and not wanting to share things. And this can show up in like a very physical way. So it could be about like feeling like you have to pinch your pennies and like hold on to your money and not be reckless with your spending. It can show up that way, but it can also show up in a different kind of way, where it's more of like feeling like you have to keep things to yourself, feeling like you have to kind of hide and you don't want to, live your life out loud. You don't want to be expressive. You don't necessarily want to share yourself with everyone. You want to kind of be more, not introverted, that's not the word I'm looking for, but you more kind of conservative and like kind of keeping things to yourself. So we're all different. So this card may show up in different ways for you, depending on what's going on for you. I'm gonna move on because I feel like the other cards are gonna give me more insights into this card. So I'll come back to this card. So let's move on to the middle of the week. So we have the Magician, which is a major arcana card for midweek. So kind of like Wednesday, Thursday-ish. And the Magician is really a lovely card about stepping into your power and really playing around with your power to create and to make things happen, and your power to manifest things and bring things into existence. It has a very different energy than the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles to me feels unconfident and like, oh, I don't know, like you're kind of like hesitating. You're not too confident. You feel like you don't have enough. You need to hoard. The Magician is a very confident card, and the Magician is confident that he can manifest whatever he needs. He can make things happen. And what's interesting here is that this pentacle, this big, huge pentacle that the guy in the Four of Pentacles is clutching, kind of becomes this whirling ball of energy that the Magician is so expertly holding. And he almost isn't holding it. If you actually look closely, it looks like he's not even touching it. It's like his hands are kind of hovering above and below this disc or this whirl of energy. And he's not actually holding onto it tightly. So there is this shift. It's almost like we begin the week clutching. We begin the week not so sure, but then finding our confidence, finding our footing as we move into the week. The Magician, I'm also struck by the symbol of the tree. So the Magician is the tree trunk, and his roots are down by his feet. His head is this tree going up. And to me, this tells me that the more grounded you are, the more connected the more hooked into your physical reality you are, the higher you can grow, the more you can branch out. Those roots act as a stabilizing force, allowing you to reach upward. And so I get this sense of balance with the Magician. The Magician is saying that if you actually want to create miracles in your life, or if you want to advance spiritually, or make something happen that you feel maybe is impossible or kind of a dream, if you want to make dreams come true, the secret this week is to actually be very grounded and rooted in who you are and where you are. And I'm trying to think of another way to just explain that or describe it. And the only thing I can think of is, I feel like it's the Magician here is kind of illustrating balancing out the spiritual with the more non-spiritual stuff, like the physical aspects of our daily lives. And the question that pops into my head when I look at this card is, how can you bring the mystical and the magical, the ephemeral, the spiritual, how can you bring that down into the world in a day-to-day sense? Like, how can you experience those mystical, spiritual things in kind of a day-to-day practical, almost a mundane way? Like, is this about having a regular 5-minute meditation practice each morning? Is this about finding a hobby, like some kind of art, or something that allows you to really touch the mystical in a regular kind of way? I don't know what I'm talking about, but let's move on. Let's move on to the next card. Okay, card number 3, 5 of Wands, is for the end of the week. So kind of Friday, Saturday, Sunday-ish. Now, the 5 of Wands is what I would call a bit of a challenge card. Same with the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles is sometimes a challenging card. So with the 5 of Wands, we have these two birds and they're kind of fighting over resources. They're fighting over sticks. They both want to build a nest and they're kind of fighting. And this is actually kind of similar energy to the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles, I said, was about feeling like you have to hoard things, like maybe there isn't enough to go around. 5 of Wands, these two birds are squabbling over who gets the sticks. So kind of similar energy. And it's so interesting that these two cards are flanking the Magician. The Magician is the most powerful card in this spread. And so what I'm getting here is that the energy of the magician's confidence and his connection to the otherworldly realms is what is dominating this week. And then on either side, we have these little things that kind of distract us sometimes. So worrying about finances, worrying about, feeling like you can't really be who you are with those around you, feeling like you have to really censor yourself or not fully express yourself. Here I'm talking about the 4 of Pentacles. And then we have the 5 of Wands, which is really represents different people having different ideas about things. Or in this case, both birds want the same thing. And so they're fighting over the same thing. 5 of Wands is actually more of a benign card. It really is just kind of minor squibbles and squabbles that you might have with people in your life. It's like what happens when there's sort of too many cooks in the kitchen, where everyone has an idea of how things should be, and trying to get everyone on the same page can be challenging. So that's kind of the energy that the 5 of Wands represents. So what I'm getting from the 5 of Wands is be prepared. You might encounter, whether it's within your family or at work or socially or just out in the world, you may encounter people being kind of difficult, like people who are really set in their ways and have an idea of how things should be. And you yourself might kind of fall into this, like being really strong-willed and like, this is how I want things to be, and I'm not willing to cooperate or negotiate or compromise. So that's kind of the energy of the Five of Wands. Okay, let's look at all of these cards together, and I just want to see if I can piece it together to bring in like more of a coherent kind of message. The two cards on either end, Four of Pentacles, Five of Wands. It's like these two cards are both of them feeling kind of unrooted, unstable, and they're wanting more stability. They're searching for that, whereas the Magician is fully rooted. He's very stable. And what I'm getting from this is that this might be a bit of a challenging week, but the challenges are going to be pretty minor. And how you can navigate this week as you move through the week is coming back to your center and sort of checking in with your inner magician. Think of the magician as representing your greater self, the part of you that is very connected to the universe, connected to the big picture, the part of you that has all the answers, that knows what to do and when to do it, and knows how to create the things you need to create. So the Magician is like this wise part of you. And by tapping into that part of you, whether you do that through meditation or through journaling or however you do it, tapping into that part of you throughout the week is going to be really valuable this week. It's going to make it so all the things that, all the various little worries and little squamishes and squabbles and little stressors here and there will actually feel very minor if you're connected into this part of yourself. Okay, so I'm going to turn this reading over to you. I want to know, was there a particular card that really stood out to you, that really draws your attention? Which card is it? And if you look at that card, what symbol on that card stands out to you? Like for me, and maybe this is just because it's the center card, but for me, the Magician stands out. This is a darker card than the others, and I'm just drawn right into the center to that like whirlpool of energy. It almost looks like a portal or something. So that's what I'm drawn to. So share with me if you feel like it in the comment section below, what card you're drawn to and what symbol on that card you're drawn to. And how does that symbol relate to what's going on for you? Does that symbol have a particular message for you? So I'm going to close the reading here, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and be sure to check out my YouTube channel and my website, dailytarotgirl.com. I have tons of tarot learning resources on there for you to check out. I've got videos on all the major arcana cards. I've got video tutorials, deck reviews, exercises, spreads, all kinds of fun stuff. And yeah, I'll put the link below this video. Thanks for watching. Have a good week.